Greetings, lowly commoners. I've seen your requests, and worry not. Your lord and master is here to grace you with his presence. I've seen all the comments, such as the one from Darkness King asking, "Where is the Frieza video?" Or Gabriel Gainey, "Woohoo! Frieza vid on the way." Yes, this is indeed cause for celebration. From Captain Ultra, "So now that we have 50,000 views, when will the Frieza vid drop?" It's dropping now. You've waited long enough, my subjects. You've sat through 6 other Dragon Ball videos. You've watched as buffoon after buffoon gave the praises to lesser characters. And now we can finish off this year with the greatest villain to ever grace your screens. Today, on this Frieza Day, you will have your Frieza video. Oh yes, I suppose you're here too.
Howdy friendos, my name is Stuart and welcome to our Frieza video featuring Frieza!
It's Lord Frieza, and I expect you and this comment section to address me as such every time. If I do not see Lord Frieza typed in a comment, I will destroy it. Also, in the interest of saving everyone a bunch of time, I will be giving my own backstory, thank you very much. In my youth, I inherited the Cold Kingdom and Cold Force from my father and brought the universe to its knees. I enslaved hundreds of planets, destroyed dozens of worlds, and brought many solar systems together into a single empire. There were people that opposed me, like the Galactic Patrol, and I could never conquer the gods like Lord Beerus, but I controlled most of the galaxy. Under my reign, they lived in relative peace, unless they displeased me, of course. But otherwise, the trains run on time.
Yeah, but that's still evil.
Oh, please, my dear boy. By a nation even existing, all of them are lawful evil by nature. I gather resources for myself, exploit the people for taxes, and expand either economically or territorially. Find me a single politician that isn't evil, and I'll give you my whole kingdom. Go ahead and search, but you'll never find one. I just don't bother to hide it.
So you're...
Lawful evil, yes. Put the token there, God.
I'm surprised you know what lawful evil is.
Every intelligent person uses alignment. If someone doesn't use alignment, then, well...
We're gonna get a lot of angry comments for that.
That sounds like a you problem.
Oh boy, and with that out of the way, let's go.
Don't you understand? If it didn't grant me my wish, then I'm not immortal, and Frieza's going to...
Oh, no, don't mind me. By all means, give me some ideas.
Frieza starts his professional career like the average 14-year-old on Xbox Live. He kills all of the guards who had weapons trained on him and threatens the Saiyans before leaving them with a bunch of new scouters. Lawful evil.
Then I killed them all. After approval from Lord Beerus, of course. In order to prevent the Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan God, I gathered all the trash, cleaned it in one fell swoop, and then kept the useful ones for myself. Neutral evil.
For the next few decades, Frieza ruled his empire with a catch-a-tight fist, conquering and dominating the galaxy one planet at a time. Lawful evil.
We must remember that Vegeta's been on the front lines for some time now. I do believe this Earth must have taught our friend a thing or two.
After my empire became well established, I overheard Vegeta talk about these little baubles called Dragon Balls. Naturally, I go to investigate like any curious, well-meaning person and find several villages who were burdened with the weight of these gaudy things and volunteered to relieve them of their weight. It's not my fault the locals were unreasonable and we had to use aggressive means of diplomacy to get them.
Dodoria was killing Namekian children on your orders.
And what was I supposed to do when my dear sweet minion was attacked by that savage Saiyan? Not tell her to defend herself? Lawful evil.
Had it not occurred to you that Vegeta may very well have found a Dragon Ball on his own and, I don't know, hidden it?
I'm so sorry, my lord.
Anyway, later Zarbon defeated Vegeta in a fight. It was a whole thing, but he left him for dead despite the fact that he would have been very useful as a source of information. Frieza not so subtly tells him to go get him and save him under pain of death. Lawful evil.
Vegeta, how does he fare?
Lord, he's been stabilized. It won't be long now.
Once back at the ship, Vegeta gets healed and is left alone with a minion. This does not work out for him. Level neutral.
After days of dealing with my minion's incompetence, I felt it was time to call in the professionals and summon the Ginyu Force to handle things. They're eccentric, but get the job done. With deadly precision. Lawful evil.
Too bad it didn't really mean anything, since you didn't have the password to use the Namekian Dragon Balls.
Oh, I'm nothing if not a problem solver. Neutral.
He's asking how to use the Dragon Balls.
Did you tell him to work the shaft?
Yes, Lord Guru.
Good work now.
I did find someone to help me with tech support, but unfortunately his supervisor felt it necessary that I waste my time with the help. Since I had to waste my time dealing with a chore, I figure I might as well have fun with it. Chaotic evil.
What is that column of light? Heads will roll if my Dragon Balls are being used!
We'll actually consolidate a bunch of actions because everyone knows that Frieza vs. Everyone is one of the longest battles in anime history, and it basically comes down to Frieza attacks and tortures. Insert person here for angering him.
As you wish. These so-called Z-warriors cost me my immortality. Since they robbed me of my inability to die, I figured I'd take the time and rob them of the will to live. Chaotic evil.
Just wait. You're finally about to get a taste of true fear, one that you've long deserved.
Frieza tortures and kills Vegeta.
Ha! Chaotic evil.
Frieza then fights Goku for quite some time. This goes on for 5 episodes and Kai until Goku attempts to kill him with the Spirit Bomb. It didn't accomplish anything other than piss Frieza off though, unfortunately. Frieza retaliates and kills Krillin, a culmination of a Nat 20 scene.
I wouldn't say he was my finest kill, but I appreciate the award nonetheless. Chaotic evil.
I wasn't referring to killing Krillin, my dude.
Can it worm? In just a few short hours, these slugs, monkeys, and super monkeys dashed my life's work and my most elite soldiers. They aren't even the strongest of their own species. They're all from the same goddamn planet. So f*** them, f*** their planet, and f*** this planet. Go ahead, call it chaotic evil. While you're at it, I spent time powering up so I could kill the shiny monkey faster. Chaotic evil. Hell, I tried to ignore him even for a minute when I saw the dragon, but apparently it only speaks weaklings, so that didn't work. Chaotic neutral. So back to battle it is. Are you happy now? Yes, I'm angry. You would be too if you had to fight the idiot with the greatest plot armor ever conceived.
Please, help me. I beg of you.
It was a bitch move, though, you gotta admit.
No, I don't. It's called strategy. Chaotic evil.
In disgrace from the hands of your...
Bro, it's a bitch move.
F*** you.
No, Father. Your Frieza demands satisfaction. I have yet to treat this Super Saiyan to the nightmare of my ultimate form.
It's a shame that this form was never utilized more. It looked awesome. Frieza goes to Earth as Mecha Frieza in order to extract his revenge.
It wasn't until this, what do you Earthlings call this, soy boy came in and ruined this for me.
Dude, call him names all you want, but you're the one who got triggered and had to split.
That joke is as unoriginal as the content on your channel. Your career will die. Your audience will get bored, and you will fade into irrelevancy. And there are no Dragon Balls in any universe that will help you.
Jesus Christ, dude. Chaotic evil just for that.
Truly, you're actually doing this? You go to the effort of creating a video in tribute to my glory, and you only bring me in to sell a book for a game that has been outdated for nearly 3 years. I really was sent to hell, wasn't I? Very well, if you want a shill, I'll give you the best damn shill you've ever seen. Many of you filthy earthlings seem to be interested in playing as I, Lord Frieza, in your tabletop setting. Unfortunately, while it is impossible to capture my true essence, you can play as one of my lesser kin. For your next Pathfinder game, consider playing a Frost Demon now available in the Keymaster bundle over on LoadingCrewCrafts.com. As a frost demon, you are granted higher dexterity and intelligence, and can breathe in space, but what truly sets us apart is our ability to transform. High-level frost demons can willingly take negative levels to disguise themselves or gain psionic defenses. The more negative levels they take, the harder it is to detect their true intentions. Not only are frost demons capable of transforming to hide our powers, but we also gain access to prestige classes normally reserved for other classes such as Dragon Disciple or Werewolf Lord. Or Pharaoh. But enlightened frost demons would find most benefit to taking the Golden Warrior prestige class, also found in the Keymaster bundle. Those filthy monkeys aren't the only ones who can shine like gold. Do you want to be a golden frost demon like me? Well, you can't. Not unless you head to LoadingCrewCrafts.com and pick up the Keymaster Bundle PDF, compatible with Pathfinder 1st Edition. There. You're welcome, filthy monkeys.
Here comes a mighty warrior!
Hold up! Not to double shill, but I just finished a new book. You can now play as a Super Saiyan 4 and a Super Saiyan Blue in your Pathfinder campaigns by buying the Paragon vs. Apotheon Mythic Path PDF over on the website. This book comes with 2 Mythic Paths. If you don't know what those are, they're basically super levels you can put on top of your regular levels that turn your character from Aragorn into Hercules. The Super Saiyan 4 Mythic Path is called Paragon, as in Racial Paragon. This is the path designed to unlock your hidden abilities hidden behind your race. Obviously, this will benefit Sorcerers, Blood Ragers, and Keymasters, but if you have a cool race like a Dhampir or Tiefling, or yes, even a Saiyan, you can start to unlock unique powers that come from your racial abilities. It's honestly the most balanced thing for Pathfinder I think I've ever come up with, and it's really, really cool. The Super Saiyan Blue Mythic Path is called Apotheon, as in someone who's going through apotheosis, or ascending to godhood. This mythic path is designed for monks, ninjas, psionic users, and of course, Keymasters, but it also offers benefits to classes like Samurai and Alchemists. Most of these paths have abilities inspired by Journey to the West, Naruto, and of course, Dragon Ball Super. And just for fun, I even threw in some other anime references. At 3rd tier Mythic Path, you can actually do Bankai. Yeah, it's just Bankai. I didn't even try to hide it. The book also comes with the Kaioshin race, a bunch of updated mythic powers for Keymasters, some updated mythic feats, some items like Patara, Time Rings, and the Super Dragon Balls, and yes, I even did a little subtle reference to Black Dragon Balls. And if that isn't enough for you, I actually statted Cell, Majin Buu, and Frieza. Yes, I finally statted them, or at the very least, our own legally distinct parodies. Head on over to LoadingCrewCrafts.com. If you have not bought a Keymaster book already, I will include a special bundle where you can get the Keymaster book along with the Mythic Path book for a discount. If you include the coupon code FRIEZADAY, you get $3 off your order. See you over on LoadingCrewCrafts.com. Thanks a bunch. As mentioned earlier, we'll be looking at Resurrection F only. Frieza spends the next decade or so stuck in Earth's hell, which is a very interesting distinction. But clearly he deserved to go there, and there wasn't much he could do about it except just kind of take it.
Neutral. Glorious! If any moment deserves that little Nat 20 ding of yours, it's this. I am brought back from the brink of oblivion, brought up to speed about the power level of the Saiyans, admit that I've never had to train or push myself, then declare that I will kill that miserable monkey within 4 months. Chaotic evil.
What the hell?
After 4 months of training, Frieza descends to Earth with a bunch of guys. He openly admits that this was for poops and giggles because they get trashed by the Z-Warriors, and Frieza doesn't even care a little bit. He plays around and even kills Gohan for good measure.
Chaotic evil.
Dad! Did we make it in time? You know, just once. It might be nice for you to show up at the start of the fight.
Goku arrives and we have our glorious rematch. I display my new glorious golden form and he returns with this ugly blue one. Nat 1 hero transformation.
You know, these roles are meant only for you. You're giving yourself the Nat 1 here.
My comment still stands.
Oh, Vegeta, come down here for a second.
Wouldn't you like to do it? I know you despise this Saiyan underling for daring to be so uppity.
This scene is actually really funny too. Frieza totally thinks that Vegeta is willing to submit to him. He bribes him with what basically amounts to a second-in-command position if Vegeta sides with Frieza. Vegeta doesn't take the bait and they fight.
Lawful evil.
I can turn back time, remember? But you'll have to move quickly. 3 minutes is as far back as I'm able to manage.
Remember my grievance with the plot armor? It's on full display here. I won! I destroyed Earth and Vegeta in one fell swoop. I even managed to shoot Goku, but thanks to that meddling angel's nonsense powers, that was completely robbed of me. I never want to hear about Frieza's cheap power-ups ever again. Chaotic evil.
Atonement of power. You spin quite a fascinating tale, Monkey.
Ooh, I gotta take this one. I love this scene. This is without a doubt the best Goku and Frieza scene put to Dragon Ball Super. May I?
Oh, by all means.
Okay, so in this scene, Goku descends into Hell and approaches Frieza with the intent of letting him join the Z Warriors for the Tournament of Power. However, Goku knows that Frieza will do everything he can to leverage himself a good deal. And in that moment, Frieza holds most of the cards because Frieza is basically the third strongest person in their universe, and he would be a massive boon. So Goku approaches him and uses his cunning and knowledge of Frieza to get him to agree to compete and refuses to give him the impression of just how important Frieza will be to the team. Frieza also knows something is up and bluffs the hell out of Goku, trying to get as much out of the negotiations as he can. It's extremely back and forward, with Goku calling Frieza's bluff, and then Frieza in turn using his own cunning to try to get back the ground that he lost. This is a fantastic scene because it's one of the rare instances in Dragon Ball Super that shows how smart Goku actually is. Oh yeah, I gotta mention this now. I'll bring this up in my Goku video later, but Son Goku is not stupid. He never was. He just wasn't educated. When it comes to understanding other strong fighters, Goku can read them and play them just as well as Frieza can. The two eventually agree that if Frieza competes in the Tournament of Power, he will get his life back. Lawful neutral.
I hate to admit, but you're correct. It's too bad he didn't mop all the floors properly well because I accidentally slipped and my hand fell into his gut. Oh, and some 2-bit assassins showed up to kill us. Now this is how you do a transformation. Chaotic evil.
On the one hand, even-keeled composure. On the other, the ultimate in strength. It's the true manifestation of Golden Frieza.
After brutalizing the assassins and containing the destruction energy that was sent his way, Frieza used it on Goku. This isn't that hard, chaotic evil. Also, picking a fight with your teammates isn't great, chaotic evil.
It's all strategy, my good sir. You see, I ran into my Universe 6 counterpart and lulled him into a false sense of security that I handled later. I also headed off on my own because I knew the others couldn't possibly keep up with me. I also helped Goku's spawn handle some enemies that were beyond him. I even lent them some energy for that dreadful spirit bomb technique. All in all, I feel I've been a very helpful team player. Chaotic neutral.
Seems you lack the power to scurry away, making this infinitely easier.
You wouldn't!
But never let it be said I don't repay my debts. I gave Goku some energy as a thank you for that time on Namek. Lawful neutral.
Salutations, Monkey. You seem to be a most stalwart adversary. I would love the honor of a duel if you would so oblige.
So, what's the logic for KOing Kaba here after he established a pact with Vegeta?
Oh, purely for fun. Did you see the look on Vegeta's face when I knocked out his new student? Priceless. Chaotic evil.
Thanks for saving me, Frieza. If you hadn't kicked me like that, I would have flown right out of the ring.
I hope you can forgive me for not having a softer touch, Goku. Dead though I may be, I still have things to lose, and there are many reasons why I need you to stay in this battle.
For several other episodes, though, Frieza participates in helping Universe 7, and especially Android 17. Lawful neutral.
You're the only one left!
Jiren gives him pause, though. He's annoyed Frieza so much that he was willing to kill him just to be rid of him. Since he's willing to risk his own elimination, let's just go with chaotic evil, though you could argue neutral evil.
Come on, Frieza!
Will you keep your word or won't you?
As long as you hold up your end of the bargain and help us win, I'll hold up mine.
Yes, I lost my cool there for a moment. But we did bring it around for the final confrontation. Goku promised me my life back, and I promised him a victory. Together, we took down Jiren, and that Android 17 fellow got the wish. Lawful neutral.
If staying here means watching you nitwits enjoy your happy ending, I think I'd rather be tortured by singing fairies.
What's most funny to me is how non-confrontational the heroes of this story were with my resurrection. I even told them straight to their face I was going to conquer the universe again. Really, who's more of a villain here? Lawful evil.
Your patience was not in vain.
I've brought the men in question, Lord Frieza.
Oh. How interesting.
And when Broly re-entered the canon, I gathered the Dragon Balls simply to wish myself a teensy bit taller. Not entirely unreasonable, wouldn't you say? Those Earthlings wish for frivolous things all the time. Chaotic neutral.
I've been briefed on the fate of my planet, but if I may be blunt, I do not mourn for it. At all.
Is that because you never got your revenge?
Recruiting Broly and his father into your armies is a mutual benefit for both parties, and paying the people that found them is reasonably lawful neutral. Damn, you might be onto something.
Don't think I've lost my touch, though. I still intend to kill those Saiyans. I just let the other one do it for me. Lawful evil.
I never imagined Prince Vegeta would be such a formidable opponent.
What's the matter? Has your son reached his limit?
I believe so.
Still, it seems he reached his limit at this point, so we set out to leave. Neutral.
Broly, look! It's such a tragedy!
That is, until he started to show his peak. I just gave him a not-so-subtle push in the right direction. Really, I did him a favor. His father was more useless than you. Chaotic evil.
What are you doing? I am the mighty...
Eventually, the battle did end, though, and I left the Saiyans to their games. I let the little green one domesticate the big green one, and eventually we will have our revenge. Lawful evil.
Frieza is still my favorite villain in Dragon Ball, and while it's fairly common for villains to go for enemies to friends, Frieza never quite makes that jump to a full-on ally. Frieza started the series as a tyrant and a dictator that serviced the plot. The series deciding to take the adventure into space and making Frieza the key to Goku's backstory not only increased the scope of the series, but brilliantly made the villain personal. His return as the vengeful cyborg demon back from the dead and getting jobbed on served its own purpose as well, demonstrating the new status quo and the era of Super Saiyans going forward. He's literally the show's measuring stick at this point. Villains are either Frieza level or not worth the cast's time. And while his return in Dragon Ball Super initially was ungraceful, his transition into frenemies with benefits fits him comfortably into a role that no other Dragon Ball villain has done before. Frieza is still firmly a villain and will likely always be one, and the show is comfortable slotting him there because that's where he's the most fun and most useful to the story. He brings an order and hierarchy to the material universe in this setting, like how the Kai and the gods bring order to their mythology. Frieza is damn near perfect as a shonen antagonist, and he always adds tension and presence to a scene that is lost without him. Even if he's a little silly, it comes off as genuine.
Are you going to hog all of the good takeaways for yourself?
I figured you might find it weird to talk about yourself.
Guess you don't know me as well as you think you do. I fixed Dragon Ball.
Bold claim.
I think you'll find it accurate. The most common complaint 2-bit commentators have about my series is that idea that death has no meaning. Dragon Ball brings the heroes back all the time, but when the Dragon Balls were used to bring me back, it showed the heroes and the audience that we can abuse that plot armor and understand the rules just as well. In fact, we benefit from training montages just as well as they do, if not better. A competent villain is more dangerous than the strong ones. My death was an inconvenience, yes, but I can grow and evolve too. Where most writers keep the villains dead to keep the status quo, whenever I appear, I move mountains. I am just as important as Goku to the story. Without Frieza, there is no Dragon Ball.
Even the golden form transformation speaks a lot about you.
Explain.
During the Trunks arc, you clearly demonstrated a PTSD or trauma of sorts to just looking at Super Saiyans. In fact, your whole life you had this very interesting paranoia about them. The legend of the Super Saiyan drove you to action against them, and after you realized you needed to get stronger to beat them, you seemed to base your transformation around what you feared. Even after unlocking the golden form for the first time, you immediately ran to Earth to show it off to Goku, as if showing him, "I'm not afraid of you anymore." You've got massive insecurities, and it only makes you more interesting as a villain, and we can understand why you take the actions you do.
Before my dip into hell, I would have killed you just for saying that.
Yeah, and that's what's awesome. You've learned from your mistakes and now take others' expertise into consideration, like in the Broly movie. You've gotten more dangerous not just from your power level, but your attitude makes you wiser too. It's so cool.
Very well. I shall accept this analysis for now. Now for the audience. Once they leave their like, subscription, and comment praising me, they can check out this Little Kuriboh fellow by searching for Little Kuriboh on YouTube, where you'll no doubt find his Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged series on his channel, amongst other content such as Little Kuriboh Watches Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. You can also follow him on Twitter at Yu-Gi-Oh! TAS, and also on twitch.tv/Littlekuriboh Versus. That's Littlekuriboh VS. And of course, on Facebook, if you search for Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged Official, you should be able to find that as well. I don't know the URL offhand. I have people to remember URLs for me. Hyperlinks, what do they call them?